We're hearing hints of more board moves on the cards for Seven West Media.
This after CEO Tim Warner resigned last week, with former 10 Network Chief Executive James Warburton handed the reins. For more, I spoke with the Australian's margin call editor, Will Glasgow. Will Glasgow, thanks for joining us.
Thanks for having me.
Now, big news last week with the removal of Tim Warner as the CEO of Seven West Media, with the prodigal son James Warburton returning there. But you think there might be a few more movements at Seven West Media soon?
Yeah, that's right. Sort of cascading from that, I hear that there's going to be a board refresh coming to Seven West Media. Now, I think that will happen as early as the annual general meeting in a couple of months. And I think, you know, one of the people you'd think is most likely to step down, maybe John Alexander, the CEO or executive chair of Crown Resorts. He's obviously an extremely busy guy as that operation goes through things. He came onto the Seven West board in 2013 before he was promoted by James Packer into that enormous job. So we'll see what comes there.
What about that long-term member of the Seven Praetorian Guard, Bruce MacWilliam? Will he stick around? Do you think, because he did have some rather unpleasant things to say about Warburton when he left Seven the first?
Yeah. Well, his future at the company is so interesting. Now, he's just come off the Seven Group board, or it was announced with the results that he's coming off that board. He remains an executive at Seven West Media. Now, you know, his working relationship with James Warburton is going to be a fascinating thing. Yeah. There's lots of gossip, as there always is, about Bruce, that will he go, will he move on? Now that Malcolm Turnbull is good friends with the Prime Minister, will Kerry think he's less useful? But the counter-argument is Seven West, as they said, they want to grow, they want to do deals. Well, if you want to do a media deal, Bruce MacWilliam's a pretty good guy to have around. The guy's background's pretty phenomenal. Yeah,
OK. So, look, now to the NAB, which has had its own dramas, of course, in the last year. One of those has been this fraud scandal involving the former Chief of Staff to Andrew Thorburn, and a company that allegedly she worked with for this scam, Helen Rosamond's Human Group.
Yeah, that's right. And look, sort of this has been, you know, a 2.5-year saga for NAB, where until this week, NAB's just been sort of dragged, embarrassed into this thing as the New South Wales Police launched an action against the former Chief of Staff to the CEO, an amazing thing, alleging that multi-millions of dollars was stolen from the office of the CEO, or in a scheme that was cooked out of there, all without their CEO's knowledge, but just incredible stuff. But the whole time, NAB's just been sort of had to keep silent about it, can't really talk about it because it's an ongoing legal situation. And it's not been something they've started. The police have been doing it. This week, they finally launched their own legal action. They finally launched an action against Helen Rosamond and her company, Human Group. And that was the firm that did all the executive services for them. And they're going, you know, I guess understandably, if there's allegations that millions of dollars was stolen or fraudulently charged to the bank, they've decided, well, it's in the interest of shareholders that we have a go at getting some of this money back. So this week they've got her assets frozen, but, you know, the case has still got a way to go.
Yeah, good luck getting any money out of her once the police are done. But, Now, look, the reject shop, of course, has been rejected itself by ANZ Bank.
Yeah, it's a horrible... I sort of hate this company because it's sort of just impossible to not sort of slip into some stupid pun or something, right? But anyway... Rafi Jaminder, launched a takeover bid that was rejected for the reject shop last year for $78 million. The thing's just been a total basket case since. So he came out of that process with almost 20% of the company. In their results this week, they announced they lost a huge amount of money. The chair said, I'm leaving at the AGM, which I don't think any shareholder is going to complain about. They also revealed they haven't got a CEO to permanently replace the one that left in May. And then the last surprise they revealed was, their banker, ANZ's, also said, we're out of here. We're calling time on it. They've got a big loan with ANZ that expires next August. And all of this leaves the reject shop in a world of woe, unless billionaire Rafi Jaminder, who has an excellent relationship with ANZ, flexes his muscles and comes back and buys it on the cheap.
Oh, well, we'll have to wait and see. Will Glasgow, thanks so much for joining us.